He means put it into bottles, dear.
Now, I don't expect for one moment someone like you to understand the potential of this water, so I'll explain it in simple terms. You have the source, i.e. the Peckham Spring. I have the means of selling it through my natural food stores. And if successful, we could even expand to supermarkets and other outlets.
Let me see if I got this straight, Mars. What you're saying is that we could bottle this water and then sell it?
Oh, George, I think he's got it.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a possibility.
Oh, possibility, yeah.
Depending on the results of our laboratory test. Now, I need something to take a sample away with.
Ah, there's a bucket here.
No, it has to be a sterilised container. I'll just nip back to the garden centre. I shan't be gone long.
No need, Mars, no need. I think I've got the very thing in my briefcase. Albert? Yeah, I went down to Mothercare this morning to get my baby a new bottle. A sterilised bottle. Will that do ya?
That's just the job, yes. How old's the baby?
Nearly 2.
Yeah, he's a bit slow going on to solids, but we're not worried, because Rodney was 3.5 before he left the breast. Albert, I want you to take that and go and fill that up with water from the Peckham Spring. Don't get any dirt on the bottle.
Leave it to me, Sam.
Well, I think maybe I should...
Something I wanted to ask you, Miles. You were talking about crop rotation. Does that mean I've got to dig up me spuds and me Brussels sprouts and turn them over?
What do you want, Rodney?
I've just got to see how you're going to get out of this. I don't believe it. We'll end up in the nick.
Not me, Rodney. I'm an old man.
Well, take them as well, you reckon?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, here he is.
That all right, son?
Yes, that's absolutely wonderful. I'll get that off to the lab this afternoon. Now, beans and carrots.
Eh?
Well, we were talking about growing beans and carrots.
Oh, yes. No, I've gone off the idea of growing vegetables now. Come on, let's go down the road and have a pint. Come on, Albert.
It's a miracle.
Yeah. Certainly it's a miracle, Rodney. It's our dear mum. She's up there smiling down on us, making sure her 2 little lads don't starve.
No, I mean, I think it's a miracle that we've been doing this for 3 weeks now and we're not banged up in nick.
We ain't going to be banged up in there. We're doing nothing illegal, are we? Ain't nothing illegal.
We are selling public water to the public.
Ah, no, that is where you're wrong. Because this water used to be public, and then Maggie, she privatised it, didn't she, eh? It now belongs to a board of directors and a load of investors. They sell it to us, we sell it on. All we're doing is repackaging it. It's a bit like, you know, Esso, they buy oil from Kuwait, don't they? Then they repackage it and they sell it on as petrol. Right? Nothing illegal in it.
They could have you under the Trades Descriptions Act. You call it Peckham Spring, but it ain't from a spring.
Yeah, well, Sainsbury's, they sell runner beans, but they ain't been round a track 3 times, have they?
All right then. What about the claim on the label then? From an ancient and natural source?
Yeah, the Thames. Can't be more ancient and natural than that, can it, eh? Anyway, we got a certificate from the Swans Committee saying this is some of the finest water they've ever analysed.
Yeah, because what they analysed weren't this. It was Malvern or Buxton water.
Look, will you stop splitting hairs? Last fortnight, Peckham Spring has become Miles's biggest seller. He's doubled his order twice. Oh, look, go out there, see how Raquel's getting on, will ya?
I'm surprised you'd be party to all this.
I'm doing it purely for the man I love, Rodney. I'll claim a crime of passion or insanity. Anyway, I haven't noticed you turning any of the money down.
I'm just trying to make it easier on Del when the case goes to court. I mean, the less he makes on this scam, the lighter his sentence will be. Well, to you, it may look like I'm sharing the profits, but in my heart, I'm simply halving the guilt.
That is true brotherly love and courage, Rodney.
If they didn't mean so much to me, I'd give you one of me medals.
Shut up.
Peckham Spring's really selling well.
What do you mean?
Had lunch at the local wine bar and they're selling it. The waiter says it's their most popular brand. Must admit, it has got a taste of its own.
Yeah. It's called fluoride.
Sorry?
I say it's got to be tried.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's buying it. And it's on trial.
Trial? What trial? What do you mean, trial?
Miles was saying a major supermarket chain are giving it a 2-week trial.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Look, if you're still worried about, just remember what the doctor said. Don't be uptight.
It's got nothing to do with that. Look, Cass, if I tell you a secret, you promise never to tell a soul.
Cross my heart. Go on, what is it?
You know Peckham Spring?
What about it?
It's tap water.
Tap water?
Yeah, tap water.
What do you mean, tap water?
Well, water from a tap.
From a tap? What tap?
The one in Dell's kitchen.
You're kidding, aren't you? Tell me you're joking, Roddy.
No, really. He just gets a bottle, puts it under the tap, fills it up and sells it for 45 pence.
Oh, my God! Oh, God, help
No,
us!
don't panic. It's got nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me. Where do you think he got the capital to buy all those bottles and boxes and equipment and the money to pay Daddy for printing his labels?
What? You?
Yes, he came to the bank and asked for a loan.
And you gave it to him?
I'm in charge of small business investment, and this seemed like a small business investment with a future. I mean, someone had discovered a natural spring that had received a certificate of purity from Miles.
And you believed Dell?
No, Roddy, I believed you.
Well, Dell told me not to tell anyone. Why didn't you tell me you'd given him the money?
Because that's confidential information between the bank and its client.
Well, now you know. What are you going to do?
I've got no choice, Roddy. I'm going to have to keep quiet about it.
Really?
I just crossed my heart and promised you I wouldn't tell a soul. And if I was to tell the bank, I'd most probably lose my promotion. I don't really fancy driving out to Wormwood Scrubs every Sunday to visit my husband. On the other hand, is selling water illegal? I was charged 20 pence in the garage last week just to fill up my radiator. Dell's kept up all the repayments, and you're earning lots of money out of it.
I've never been so well off. But there are geological aspects coming into play here, Cass. You see, we are taking thousands and thousands of gallons every week. The water board have got workmen on the estate. They think they've got a major underground leak. I mean, here we are in the middle of winter and the local papers are issuing drought warnings. So people are going out and panic buying Peckham bloody Spring. So that means we've got to take more water to stay up with the demands. And then to top it all, some prat has advised him to advertise on local radio. You? Why?
Dell's my client, Roddy. It's my job to advise him.
You are not dealing with a normal person. This is Derek Trotter. Don't you understand? He is sucking the land dry. I'm expecting a visit from Lenny Henry and Bob Geldof any minute.
I know, personally, I've always believed in powdered rhino horn.
Oh. I was ever so happy to hear your good news. Oh, it must be lovely suddenly coming into money after all these years.
Well, we're enjoying it.
Yes, I bet you are. You can come to my coffee mornings now.
Thank you.
I'll see you in a minute. I'm bursting.
You're not the only one.
Be the garden party next.
I hear business is booming, Rodney.
Yep, couldn't be better. The old Peckham Spring selling hand over foot.
You know, I just find it so hard to believe that someone with Del Boy's attitude could suddenly become so professional in his business approach.
Well, he just never had a chance to prove it before, that's all. I mean, let's face it, if he hadn't cleared up that allotment so thoroughly, he'd have never found that spring.